Hey, how you doing, guys? David Cabral from Disciplined Dog Trainer with Jasmine, Gypson, and Nelly. Jasmine, can you tell people watching why were you looking for a dog trainer for Gypson?
Well, I was looking for a dog trainer because this dog has been unwalkable, unbearable.
Mm-hmm.
There was a door in every single room because if anybody came over, he would jump on them. He's actually not my dog. He's my father's dog, who is a 75-year-old person.
Okay.
And he just couldn't walk him because he would obviously tug him too much or pull him. And he's in the process of moving into a co-op, and they don't allow dogs.
Okay.
So he had to get like a service dog title to him, and the only way was to officially correctly train him.
Okay. So when you did talk to us, how'd you feel? Because I mean, obviously there's a lot of dog trainers, and what we do is we run a board and train program, and we had to take him for a period of time. What made you decide that we were the ones that you wanted to go with? Like, why us?
I am a planner, and I am very neurotic, so I did do my homework. There were some places that were daily drop-offs.
Mm-hmm.
My schedule is too chaotic to leave the house, come over here, pick up a dog, and drop him off. I did end up calling or sending inquiries to about 3 or 4 train and board. To be honest, David was the first person who spoke to me. Everyone else seemed to be like an automated. I didn't actually speak to a human being.
Okay.
So that was kind of already like, and you were extremely sociable over the phone. I can tell you weren't trying to BS me.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you the background of what was the problem and what kind of help I needed, and you answered the questions without trying to, whenever you go usually to like some other people, they always want to try to upsell you or extra force you things. I explained his age, I explained my situation thoroughly, and you were very honest, and I could tell in your voice you were very caring.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, that's you can grab that immediately when you speak to somebody,
Okay.
and I did grab that from you.
Okay.
I did grab, and local. There was a lot of you had way too many positives. You had
Okay.
way too many positives for me to ignore it
Okay.
and go on and call a different agency or something like that. It was
Okay.
you hit all the check marks immediately.
That's cool. So you made a decision. You called me, and we're about to pick him up. What's your dad feeling? What you're feeling? Because I know it's an emotional thing, and I don't say it's not.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust someone that you just saw on Google, or you saw on Instagram or Facebook, and trust them, right? What were you guys feeling? Like,
Transparently,
yeah,
I reiterate, he's not my dog.
yeah, of course.
I have 2 of my own dogs. My mom was extremely worried. She thinks that my dad's way too attached to him, so she thought something was going to happen to him if the dog would be gone for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a lot of anxiety, and being Hispanic, typically they always thought the dog was never going to come back,
Of course.
or injured, or the questions were, what tactics are you actually using to train him?
Yeah, we beat the hell out of him. Just because.
Which I would be okay with. I would have been totally fine with. Not my dog, like I said, as long as the work got done.
No. But honestly, it is a concern a lot of people do have.
Yes, the questions of what are the tactics? What are you using? And then within the first 2 weeks, we saw an improvement. So that was also questionable. How did you get improvement in 2 weeks? When I went to see you, it's like, wait a minute. It was already a day and night dog. So the dog that I had given you, where it took you 20 minutes to get him into the car and tugged at you, I met you guys 2 weeks into the training. And into those 2 weeks, he was already walkable. And that was also like, what are they doing? Like, what's the secret that 2 years we couldn't do, and you guys did it in 2 weeks? But I trusted you.
Of course.
And he wasn't crying when I got to him. If he would have been crying, or maybe I would have been like, oh, but he wasn't crying. He was fine, totally healthy when I grabbed him.
So that's perfect. I mean, you basically said it all in that little bit. A lot of also people wonder, is there enough communication during the process? Did you feel like we communicated enough? And guys, just to let you know, what she said that we met up with her, I just want to do a little disclaimer. We don't do that for everybody. This is special case, so that's why when I say I customize things depending on the needs. If someone needs it, I make adjustments. So just to let you know that you can't visit your dog, and I told her that.
Yeah.
But I made an exception. But anyways.
He did not come to see my dad either.
Yeah.
I met him with my husband, and we did a trial run.
Yeah. So we set them up for success. That's what we do. So all right. So we take him. How much communication do you think you have during the process? Like, you know.
Absolutely perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So, not too much where you start worrying, like, oh my god, why is he constantly telling me something? David, you answered all my questions.
Mm-hmm.
I probably had anytime I felt a certain way or I wanted to ask a question, I did shoot David a text and it was an immediate response. If he couldn't respond immediately, he'd tell me I'm working now, I'll get back to you. But whatever question I had, he addressed the exact question. So he wasn't feeding me BS, you know.
Correct. And I told you that from
yes.
day one. Transparency, honesty, communication. Now, we're getting ready to drop him off. What's your dad feeling, you think, or you're feeling? I mean, because that's a really valid concern.
Curious.
Okay.
Curious, happy, because I had already seen the improvement on social media,
Mm-hmm.
and David was constantly sending me videos or pictures, and I had already seen that he was able to stay on something like this with a lot of dogs. Mm-hmm. So I was constantly seeing the improvements. I was curious to actually see it in person.
Mm-hmm.
I am a little scared. You know, will we be able to carry this over? How long can we put this through? I know that it's a work that we have to put in as well. So I am a little bit scared about that, but I was just curious to see if all the things I saw about him on social media was true. And as you can see, prior to and I'm holding this leash not because he needs it, more I guess it's for my sanity, but prior to this, he would have been locked up in a clear, long door here, because he would just jump on everyone. So prior to this is like unimaginable,
Okay.
yeah.
So you can see, like, when I tell you clear intentions, what happens, right?
Yes.
So, you know, a lot of times we don't take that self-accountability, which you just did. And that's what you guys got to understand on the other side when we're dealing with a dog that, and she didn't say this, but he has never really been exposed for 2 years.
Oh, yes.
So that was a big one. So we take a dog that, to go see the world, in the amount of time that we did, he really learned, he adapted. But it's now up to us to adapt.
To continue.
To
Yes.
continue.
And to learn.
And to learn.
You have taught me things that I was doing wrong.
And we will continue teaching you. Because we didn't say we're a pump and dump.
Yeah.
We're here to help. You reach out, we're there. You don't reach out, we keep moving forward. It's life. We all know that.
Yeah.
So, but remember this picture. If you didn't do anything with Gypson, he will not be like this.
No.
So we have to
Or
engage him.
if I would have given him to someone else, I don't know if I would have had. Your training was in your house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was constantly exposed to humans, constantly exposed
to distractions, real life stuff.
Yes. So, I don't know what any other training, if they would have done it in a center, if he was gonna be locked up at night. You know, I didn't know how that was gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
That's also what was a huge plus that you told me you were doing this training in your home.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew he wasn't gonna be locked up, you know, for 12 hours a day because I knew he wouldn't be able to handle that. And that you were doing it with your family. So you were exposing him not only to you,
Mm-hmm.
but to other people
Right.
and other distractions. So that was also a huge pro when we spoke.
That's awesome. And like we say, the proof is in the dog. The dog tells us everything. So I'll know if he goes forward or backwards, right? Because the dog is going to tell us how he's continuing the training or not. And look, he dropped the leash. He did what he did. I know my dog doesn't like to be touched, so she acts that way. But anyways, look, thank you for trusting us.
Thank you, David.
Thank you for bringing us on this journey, and I look forward to continuing it. Let's have patience, be consistent, and don't stress.
Trial and error.
Yes. All right, guys, thank you so much, and always finish with a yeah, baby.